tell a little story. In 1995, a team of soldiers, policemen, and DSS visited my house in Kaduna. It was a journey that began and lasted for 4 years. I was picked up from Kaduna and brought to Lagos together with the late General Shehu Musa. From the airport, we were led to the DSS headquarters. There we met President Olusegun Obasanjo. Unfairly for the soldiers, they handcuffed me and did not handcuff Obasanjo or Shehu Musa. And Obasanjo looked at me and said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Shehu Sir." "Did you steal something? They are handcuffing you." I said, "I'm an activist." I was then the deputy chairman of Campaign for Democracy. We were taken straight to Kirikiri Maximum Prison. We stayed there without anybody saying anything to us. When we arrived at Kirikiri Prison, we were given our blankets and a plate of food. So Obasanjo asked, "What is this for?" They said, "It's what you're going to use to cover yourself from mosquito, and this is the plate for you to eat." We were then moved from that to and allocated ourselves. When the armed robbers there saw Obasanjo, they started shouting, insulting, and naturally, for those of us that are human rights activists, we were popular with inmates. And then I said, "Okay, you are a commander outside, this is where I also command. And now I have to talk to the inmates to calm down. No matter the grievances you have about Obasanjo, he is now an inmate." After we were kept in prison, we were then transported from the prison straight to a military tribunal. I was handcuffed again, and the two generals were not handcuffed. Luckily for me, I have a very slim hand. So we have a way of using soap and remove our handcuffs from our hands. So if the military are not seeing us, we remove our handcuff. When they are coming, I return it back. We move into a Black Maria to a military tribunal setup. We were interrogated. Many of those who were brought in there were physically stripped naked and tortured in our presence with cables. After that, we were returned back to our prison cell. 1 week after, we were taken back again to the tribunal, and then they say, "You are Sani, okay, this is your lawyer and this is your prosecutor." All of them military people. My prosecutor spoke for 5 minutes. My lawyer asked for a lesser sentence without asking me what I have done. The trial of each one of us lasted for 15 minutes. I was sentenced to life imprisonment for treason. At that time, Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti was arrested and brought to the prison. He was also sentenced to life in prison. The late Eradua got death sentence. Obasanjo got life in prison. I got life in prison. And journalists who were together with us were also sentenced to life in prison. After that, we were returned back to our prison. Then they came to the prison and told us that we should be happy. Our prison has been reduced from life to 15 years each. I got 15 years, Obasanjo got 15 years, Eradua got life, and others. Then they said, those of us from the north should be sent to southern prison, and those of them from the south should be sent to northern prison. That is how I found myself in Port Harcourt prison, which I've never even been to Port Harcourt at that time. So straight to Port Harcourt prison. I was in Port Harcourt prison when Ken Saro was brought in and hanged. I can see them from the window. While I was in Port Harcourt prison, I wrote a letter to Nigerians. It was published. I was then removed from Port Harcourt prison, taken to Aba prison in Abia State. Kirikiri, Port Harcourt, Aba, Abia State. We stayed there until we had the news Abacha died and freedom came. After 4 years in prison. When we came out from prison, this is where my story is going to begin. Abdul Salam Abubakar invited all of us who fought for democracy that I am going to hand over power to a democratically elected government, and I want all of you, the freedom fighters, to come together and take over power. At that very time, Gani opposed it. 3 times he was inviting us, we even refused to answer his call. And he invited the politicians. He didn't even invite them, they were knocking at his door. After we decided to listen to him, we came and sat down. What do? We are just coming out. That is what the ANC in South Africa did. After the struggle, they took over political power. But after our struggle in 99, 98, 99, we made a fundamental mistake and said, we are not going to cooperate with the military. Michael Zokome is sitting here, is one of those who opposed that we should not join. Gani opposed, Falana opposed, Olisa Obakoba, all opposed. It was Tinubu who said, if we don't get in, who is going to be there?
Sorry, distinguished, they are shutting down the camera. So
yes. Yeah. Then, by the time we all agreed to join the politics, politicians have taken over all positions. Michael Zokome tried to be governor of Edo State, he couldn't. Olisa tried to be president, he couldn't. Gani tried to be president, he couldn't. Falana tried to be governor of the state, he couldn't. I tried to be governor of Kaduna State, I couldn't because the space were all taken over.
Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen,
thank you.
The rest of the story will be for another day. Happy democracy. Thank you.
Thank you very much.